Death cannot be adjourned. The Father speaks. Friday, the 3rd of February 2012, 22:30. It is all about God and His kingdom. Nobody ever went there to live and come back to say how that place looks like. Nobody ever went there to live for some days and come back to tell the story. No one. They did not give anybody that kind of chance. They did not give anybody chance to go there and live for some days and come back to tell the story. No one. Those who have the clue, it's just by chance for them to know how that place looks like. Nobody has seen it. No one. Those who saw it, it's just by chance. This is just for them to know what they're missing, the taste and quality of that place, while all of them are running helter-skelter for the things of this earth. The Father created that place and put everything there. He created it and you could never compare it with any other place. That is the place they're missing because of the things of this earth. Because of all the things of this earth, the children miss that place. They miss everlasting grace the Father gave to them. They all miss it because of things that worth nothing. Can anybody adjourn death? Can you adjourn it? You cannot adjourn death. It's only the Father that can adjourn it. When you know the Father, when you serve the Father well and He knows you're still full of life and you're still fulfilling His will, He can adjourn death for you and push it forward. It's the Father that can adjourn death, nobody else. No matter how you marry on this earth, the money, the chicken, the houses, the cars, those are all the things you're looking for. Money, 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 are you going to eat it with your mouth? When you have money, what will you do with it? You will buy houses, buy cars, and give some to women. That is all. Are you going to eat the money? Compare it with what you're missing. The Father is the only one that has the power to remove, restore, eliminate, reduce, and to do everything. It is the Father. When the Father gives you work to do and you've not reached halfway because you go on your own way, He still has the power to pull you down. The time He purposed for you to live on this earth, He will reduce it because you go on your own way. The Father has the power to do it. If He has said you would live 10 years before and you abandon the work He gave you to do, He will reduce it to 5 years. And when He reduces it to 5 years, you know where you're going. He can reduce it because you bite more than the one you can chew. That time you are not operating under Him again, you are on your own. But you're still thinking, oh my Father, my Father, my Father. But you abandon the message He sent you. For example, I call you this evening my son, take and give it to somebody. As you are going, you get to halfway and go on your own way. After all, He's not seeing me, by the end of the day, they will know I went there. Are you still under the umbrella of the Father? That place you go, if something happens to you there, what do you call it? Because you don't go where the Father sent you to go. He knows no evil will befall you. But you divert and go on your own way. When the lion swallows you, who will you blame? Because you know more than the person that sends you, you know more than your Father. But you think the grace of the Father still covers you. Anything can happen to you because you choose your own way. He knows you will come back to His feet. Every journey you go, you must pass through the Father's gate before you head to your destination. Even the place you are going, it's the Father that owns it. But He did not destine you to go there. You will still pass through the Father's gate. Daddy, good night sir. You will pass through the door of the Father to go to that place you are going. Daddy, it's me, you sent me message that time, don't you know me again? Oh my son, good night. Father, please tell them to leave me. What concerns the Father about you? You have chosen your own. You will pass through your Father's door. Oh, I'm the freeborn, it is me, Daddy, please speak to them, it's me. But you will go to where you've chosen. Daddy will look at you and say I sent you a message but you went your own way. You thought my grace still covered you. I have removed my hand from you. I knew you would still come back to me. I knew I will see you when you're going to wherever you're going. Now you're pleading. Who are you pleading to? When you were there doing your own, wallowing in sin, did you remember the Father? You turned the Father to the pen you're using to write. The Father did not worth anything in your hand. You went your own way. Now you are back asking the Father to speak on your behalf. Was he not the same Father you turned to pen, the same Father you turned to chewing gum in your mouth? Now you're back asking him to speak. But if you honor the Father, what would you have done? It's my Father that sends me a message, don't mention my Father's name anyhow, my Father, my Father. The way you're mentioning the Father's name, won't the remaining people emulate you? Everything comes from my Father, let my Father be the number one in everything you do. What then will the Father do? But when you take the things of this earth as number one and the word of the Father is there, can you destroy the word of the Father? That is why I tell you, wherever you go, you will still come back again. No matter how far you go, you will come back because you must pass through the junction. Here leads to heaven, here leads to hellfire. The Father is the King of all. Who created hellfire? It is me. I am the one that owns it, not the devil. The devil is not the one that owns hellfire, it is the Father. The Father is the one that owns hellfire. Any category that falls to hellfire is evil. The devil was the one that first fall to that category and he became the number one and now lures people to join him. He is the senior. It's like a mother that has many children, either male or female, one must be the senior. That is how it is. He was the one that started it, he now pack other people to himself. The Father is the one that created hellfire, not the devil, not Satan, not a demon. The Father is the one that owns it. With your heart, you can choose which one you want. As I'm here on this earth, I will not do anybody evil, it's only good I will do. If they like, let them kill me with my good, it's my good I will do to the end. If I die, I will go to my Father. I told you before, if you don't know your Father and they kill you, you die for nothing. If you don't do evil, but you don't know your Father, you die for nothing. If you know the Father will fight on your behalf. If you don't know the Father and you say you don't want to do any evil, you're wasting your time. Demons will kill you. If you follow their category, then you cut your life short. Know the Father, that is the number one. That is the key to everything. Demons are there to destroy you. They are there to kill you because you're walking with your blind eyes. The Father that created this earth knows how He created it. He knows where He created it from. You don't know more than your Father. When the Father that created you says, "Know me, don't commit any sin, let every of your word be from the Father, let your heart be in the Father, then do it." That is the weakness that Satan is using against my children. There is no other shortcut. If you pray and pray, the Father will rescue you. But as you are praying, if you're still committing sin, you're wasting your time. Whatever they do to you will affect you because you're committing sin. You break the rule of the Father. It's like breaking the glass of a glass house because you don't know the consequence of each sin you commit. It's very big. It's like breaking a glass door or a glass window so you could enter. That is the power of sin. The devil will now say, "This is what my Father is saying, you that call yourself freeborn, look at what you did." They will attack you and you'll ask yourself question, what do you do? What you do is more than what mouth can tell. The devil will slap you from every angle. But it's your body, isn't it? Yes, because you break the law of the Father, we will punish you for it. That sin you commit, you don't know the power that covers it. That is why you're a human being. You know that if you sharp a cutlass and use it to cut somebody, it will enter. But you can also use that cutlass on somebody and it will not enter. Why? Because the body is dead. That is the power of the Father. That is what the Father can do. Who among the sons and daughters of the Father can stand and proclaim the word of the Father that, if anybody cut me with cutlass, nail me or shoot me with a gun, nothing can happen to me? Who can do it? Everybody is afraid. I told you the Father loves challenges. What is the difference between a cutlass and a furnace of fire? It is horror death, it's a tormenting death. What is the difference? The person will stand and say, let the fire burn me. He crosses his heart. You know what it means for somebody to seal his heart. I don't care, after all death is death, I see my Father, I know He will rescue me. They forgot about everything on this earth. No one can stand that kind of faith again. That was why I asked you why the disciples died. If they could throw those little children into a furnace of fire, how much more? Jesus Christ that died, that was the purpose for which He came to this earth. If the Father wanted to turn it around so they would not kill Him, He could have done it. But the word of the Father will never go void, it must come to pass. The Father has the power to wave it away. I am the one speaking. But it had to happen because that His blood would save the children. That is why you have the Father back, that is why He has the Father back, that is why she has the Father back, because of His only Son. If not, nobody merit it. This grace they're all enjoying, no one merit it. But because of Jesus Christ. Nobody can see that kind of miracle again. That is why everybody has the chance to go on their own way. When the Father used the blood of His Son to buy them to Himself, instead of them to hold the Son, they claim they're inside the Son and are still committing evil. You were once lost and the Father now found you and brought you close to Himself because of His Son. As He brought you close to Himself and asked you to do His work, you are now going on your own way. You are doing on your own. The grace of my Father is there because of Jesus Christ. Why then did Jesus Christ die? That was why I told you if you carry cutlass and say you want to cut somebody, nobody will stand. Those who are saying, my Father, will run away. That is for you to know the position all of them are on this earth. It is money all of them are looking for. Let them gather themselves together and challenge those who are worshipping other gods and see what will happen. Can anybody come out and challenge? They can never come out. It's a shame. It is very shameful and disgraceful. My son, nobody is proud of me. It is shameful and disgraceful. I am the same Father of old. I will never die. I remain the same thing. I want my children to be proud of me so I can carry out my work. I told you a few days ago that nobody is proud of me. Nobody provokes me to anger. You know what I can do when I'm angry. You know what I can do. Nobody causes me to anger so I can come out. I don't see any power. All of them are very cold. All of them are cold. I told you before that they are like putting a very big pot on top of candlelight. Can it cook? It can never cook. All of them that are praying, what are they praying for? They are praying for miracles, praying for blessing. Nobody prays to the Father to come out. Oh Father, forgive, blessing, blessing, blessing. Nobody prays that Father, come and show your power to those who have defiled you, those who have defiled your altar, who have defiled this beautiful place you have created for us. My son, nobody prays for that. They are praying for an individual because of the food they want to eat. They are praying for the food they want to eat. Don't they know it was the sin they're committing that destroyed the food? It is the sin they are committing. If all of them could gather together and say they don't want to commit sin again, my son, I give you some months, you will see what will happen. It was the sin they committed that destroyed the seed they planted. It was the sin. Nobody goes to that area, nobody talk about the sin. They are talking about blessing, blessing, blessing. The blessing that is here, is it the Father that take it? It was the sin they committed. But you never admit you committed sin. You are saying the Father is not a wicked Father. So the Father brought His Son to be killed. Who will He bring again? Is it Himself? Should the Father come and sacrifice Himself for you? It can never happen. You can never even see the Father. That is why I said all of them will pay for it. That was why I asked if you can adjourn death. You cannot adjourn it. After death comes the judgment. You cannot also avoid death. It is unavoidable. You must die. Are you a stone? Are you a dead wood? If you are neither a stone nor a dead wood, you must die. The wood that is dead can never die again. That is the last bus stop. Can you kill a stone? You can never kill a stone, and you are not a stone. If you cut down a tree, it will die. Stone can never die because it's not a living thing. If you are not a dead stone, that means you will die. Do you know more than your father? You will die. As the day breaks, you're approaching it. If anything happens to you, maybe through the ordinary fly, you will die. But this is the body you carry like an egg. This is the body that when everybody sees you they will hail you. Where is your heavenly Father? When everybody sees you they reverence you. What about the Father that created the heaven and the earth? So the children of the Father in the time of old that fought earnestly so that everybody will hear the name of the Father in the whole world didn't know what they were doing? That means they were fools. They didn't know about money, that means they were not wise. My son, they don't even know the meaning of death. This is what will happen and take you away, and you can never come back again. If it happens, it happens. I have taught you about the heart. When it stops, it stops. When it stops, that is all. They will take your corpse and bury you in the ground. Where then is your soul? Where is your spirit? Even the good food they cook for you, can you get up and eat it? How much more to wear cloth? Because if you don't eat food, you cannot wear cloth. The food you eat is the best thing on this earth. When you eat, you will thank the Father and your soul will be happy. The food you eat is what you have. That is all. You come home and your wife prepares good food for you, instead of you to eat, you're doing business on the phone. Have you finished building the house? What about those cars? If you don't bring that money to me, I will deal with you. Where do you put your father? You are screaming since morning about houses and cars, even food for your soul is difficult for you. You can never eat until you settle the case. How much more your Creator? You don't give yourself peace, you don't remember your father, and you don't give your wife peace. You disappoint yourself, you disappoint your father, and you disappoint your wife. But she was busy cooking for her husband so that when he comes, they would eat together. You disappoint your wife. You disappoint your God. You disappoint your God. All these ones were saying are too hard for them. Nobody counts it as anything, but it means a lot. Once you miss that you're home, you miss everything. Once you get that home, you get everything because everything starts from home. If it's water the wife gives you, oh thank you Father. That Father you remember will take you to the next step. This one I'm teaching you here, many homes missed it. As a man, if you cannot govern your home, you fail. If you cannot cope at home, you cannot cope outside. Your house is not settled, you go outside and a man complains to you. What will you tell him? Oh look at my wife, I came back from work and she did not prepare food for me to eat. You that your own wife cooked but said you don't want to eat, what will you tell him? You will keep quiet. Look at me, this one is telling me the wife did not cook for him, my own wife cooked and I refused to eat, look how stupid I am. That means you miss it. When the Almighty Father created man from himself, you think he didn't know what he was doing. In each home, the Almighty Father is there watching the drama they're performing. The Father is watching each individual. Many men have lost their home because of the things of this earth. They have given the devil a chance to take over their home because of the things of this earth. Because of the things of this earth, you lost your everlasting home. Because of your foolishness and ignorance, you lost the Father. What else do you want again when you've missed your Father? Don't you know you've failed? You have failed. My son, nobody wants to hear what I'm telling you now. They will take wrong decisions. There are some decisions you take and you think you take it well. The Father will chase you when you get there. He will punish you for it because you caused it by yourself. Unless the Father purposely tells you to stay clear. If he doesn't tell you and you take the decision by yourself, you will blame yourself for the decision you took. The Spirit of the Father is inside you. If you look around and nobody to counsel you, connect your heart to the Father, He will teach you what to do. He will tell you what to do because the Father is alive. Once you're alive, the Father will teach you what to do. There are many ways the Father will speak to you. Oh, I cannot hear from my Father. Is it my Father that said I should do this one? Is your soul inside the Father? Are you thinking of the Father? When your soul and your spirit is inside money, how can you hear from the Father? When the money and the work you're looking for take over the position of the Father in you, how can you know what the Father wants you to be? Those who spoke to you, you counted it as nothing. By the end of the day, when night comes, you will remember everything. It is then you will remember that the Father has spoken to you before. You will suffer for it. Who owns wealth? Who owns job? Who owns the money? You choose to suffer. You are crying every day, but you look more beautiful than those who don't have work. But you're still crying. You are serving the Father you cannot see. You have not seen anything to compare with the Father. Is it not only what you see in the Word you know? There were so many things the Father did in the time of old that are not in that book. The Father did lots of work in the time of old. You are praying that rain should fall. If the rain falls, I am the one speaking. If the rain falls, you will say, Father, please don't let it fall again. You will see it. The Father eliminated many people in the time of old. It's only what they wrote there you know. When the Father starts His work, who will block His way? My son, I am a reality. I am the one speaking in this house. Those who dance any evil dance because of you will see me. My son, you still don't know me. You don't know my power. You don't know what I can do. I am the living Father. I am the living Creator. I see everything. If you know me, if anybody speaks to you out there, you will not mind them. If you know your Father that is inside you, if you know your originator, if you know your authority, if you know your I am that I am, you will be at peace. Tell them in the public that I know my Father, I know what my Father can do. When He tells the rain to fall, rain will fall non-stop. I know my Father. If my Father says rain will not fall, rain will not fall. I know my Father. If my Father says there will be no food, there will be no food. I know my Father. My son, as you're saying it, I'm happy. I am not a person that somebody will hide. Tell them about me, who I am, and what I have done before. My son, do not trouble your heart because no evil will befall you. I am the one speaking. Let them go and consult their evil. Let them go to their witchcraft coven. Let them go to wherever they want to go. Let them hire 7 wings to fly. Who owns the air? Who owns the sea? Who owns the land? I am the one that owns all of them. Where will they pass through? Because I give all of them a chance. They will hang themselves. Do you know when death could have killed you? Even in your mother's womb, you could have been flushed away. But the Father knows why He sustained you. Do not be afraid of anybody. Be bold of the Father in your heart. If the Father keeps quiet, He knows what He's doing. If the Father does half-day work, this earth will turn upside down. My son, fear me. Fear me. I am the one speaking. Fear me. Be happy and be bold in me. I have spoken and I will do it. The Father is the owner of this earth. Whatever He wants to do, He does not take permission from anybody. And whatever He says He will do it. I give you peace.